Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your live comments and questions Manchester United related. Any questions after the show, any comments, any people make, please make sure they are Manchester United related. And look at Manchester United making moves in the transfer market, quick, decisive. So we'll be discussing all that. Of course, the main topic is Manchester United have, well, a first bid for Hojlund is imminent, number one. Secondly, we have agreed personal terms with him as well. Thirdly, reports have come out as well stating that Hojlund wants to come to Manchester United. I think the fee I did see was it 65 to 70 million euros, which is about 55. Yeah, it was like 65 to 70 million euros, which is what, 55 million pounds. Let me know in the chat. Drop all the news in regards to Hojlund in the comment section, please, people. I'm sure you lot will have plenty to say on that. Big up to everyone supporting as always. And let's bump up these likes as well. Like check 1212 from the jump. Let's bump up these likes. Share across all the socials as well. You are active on. Follow at That's Me Flawless and Sarcasm City TV across all socials. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. Stephanie G, I see you. This is news to me. Johnny Evans returning to United. I think he's just training with us, right? Warrior J here, mentioning what I've been talking about. Manchester United are preparing their opening bid for Hojlund, told personal terms are 100% agreed. He wants United. That's from Fabrizio Romano as well. Big up to Matthew. Good to see you in the chat. I'll get to Maguire that you mentioned there as well. Manchester United have agreed personal terms for Hojlund, gap in club's valuation, so will take time, but talks to continue over the deal. PSG also pursuing. Manchester United in parallel dialogue on Kolo Muani and others. That's from David Ornstein as well. Hey, I'm over the moon about that because it can't be just Hojlund. It needs to be Hojlund. And big up Shakar says, big up the chat. Big up Stephanie G. Yeah, and I know it's the Tuesday edition, but Ivorian's not here today, people. But Thursday, 4:30 p.m. he'll be on that show. So don't worry, Ivorian will be here this week, people. Big up to Daredevil as well. Big up to RJ. Let's see what else you lot say. Big up David Saar. Lemmy from Hamburg. Go Heezy as well. Evan signed a temporary deal so he could go on preseason tour. Bennett out injured. Malacia too. Wait, who's Bennett? Malacia is injured. What's Malacia's injury actually? What's Malacia's injury? Well, hey, Evans as a backup, man. I'm with that. Hey, that pushes Maguire further down the pecking order. Hey, that's calm by me. I have no issues with that. Johnny Evans on a short-term deal. RSV says if Hojlund hands in a transfer request to the Atalanta board, it will be the icing on the cake. I don't know if he'll do all that. However, I'm just over the moon. Look at that we're moving sharpish, and it's not just the talks is not just Hojlund. It's Hojlund. It says Kolo Muani and others. Daredevil says, flawless, isn't it just so refreshing to have a manager like Ten Hag who was ruthless and not afraid to make big decisions? He stripped Maguire from the captaincy, sold De Gea, and got rid of CR7. You can only applaud that man for that. There's the way he dealt with these three situations with three players who were starting who weren't good enough. Props to him. Got rid of Ronaldo, moved on De Gea, stripped Maguire of the captaincy. He'll be moved on as well. You've got to. And yeah, Stephanie G, this is my thoughts on it as well. Accelerates the removal of Maguire, Evans in. Yeah, like I'm all for it. Oh, Bennett's an academy defender. Okay, all right, fairs. I didn't know. News to me. But yeah, in regards to, we'll start obviously with the main topic, and I give my thoughts on that in regards to 1 second. Oh, RJ, it was he's not here, but big up to end the stream, Dave. Dave was the person who gifted out the memberships. This was sometime last week, so big up to end the stream, Dave. But in regards to Hojlund, what I like Hojlund in terms of his profile. I've not watched him like that. I've watched him a handful of times, seen a few clips, seen a few compilations, but I trust Ten Hag. I've said this before. I'll say this again. I trust Ten Hag in particular when it comes to players outside the Premier League who I've not watched like that. I know he's pacing. I know he's pacing power. He's 6'3", decent technically, at the age where he can improve as well. I think he'll be a good foil for others. I think he'll fit what Manchester United are trying to do. I think he'll get goals here. I think he'll be a great foil for others. a good fall for others, I should say, and it's a massive step in the right direction as well in regards to us actually having a focal point of some sort. But it can't just be Hojlund. And the price point as well. If they're saying, is it 65 to 70 million euros, which is about 50, 55 million pounds, that's a good price. Same with Onana. You know what I'm saying? Thomas says Hojlund has pace and power but lacks control. And because of his age, that's something he can improve on. That was another thing I forgot to mention. He's at the age where he can improve. He's at the age where he can learn. He's at the age where Ten Hag can mold him. So I'm all for it. We need a striker desperately. Strikers. Strikers. Don't get it mistaken, people. We need strikers, not just one. We need bare minimum 2. In the ideal world, 3. Because like I said before, Martial number 1's not good enough and 2 can't stay fit. So we need much more. How many likes we on actually before I continue? What are we saying? What is the like check saying, people? Let me have a look. Continue to get your questions in. And of course, if you do indeed super chat, I will get straight to your comment or question as well. But yeah, I'm with you. RJ Rivals already saw you about Hojlund. I'm not sure who Thomas is. Thomas be a Chelsea fan? I don't know. Thomas, who do you support actually? That's a good question. But yeah, obviously, you know what it's like, man. Fans, some rival fans, I should say, were always going to downplay whoever we sign. I like the Hojlund signing. I hope we get it done. From when I was told he was 6'3", pace and power, technically decent, knows where the goal is, at age where he can improve, not too expensive. I'm with it. I'm with it. I trust Ten Hag to mold him and get the best out of him. 110%. And he'll fit the style that we're trying to play, and he'll fit the Premier League as well. Can you run away from defenders? Can you interchange? Are you mobile? Are you athletic? These are all things you need. 100%. 100%. Big up G as well. He says, Johnny Evans, you know, what year is this? Hey, man, I'm all for run Johnny Evans back. That's calm. I got no issue with that. Bringing Johnny Evans back. He ain't going to play like that. Short-term deal. Why not? What's the Malacia injury? What is the actual Malacia injury? I don't even know. What is the Malacia injury? And before we continue, likes is way too low. Now over 40 of you lot in the building. Like, check 1212. At 19 likes, get up to 30 likes, people, and hit the subscribe button as well. Let me check if we've had any new subscribers, because I know everybody watching right now hasn't hit the subscribe button. And don't think just because you're watching this back after the live, you don't need to hit that like button and subscribe. Get us up to 7,240 people. We're at 7,237. Need 3 more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button, people. What are we doing? Onana like Romano's post about Hojlund. Hey, shout out to Onana. But yeah, with Hojlund, I see very little downside. The only downside could be the price point, because I said don't go and pay 60, 65 million or north of that for him. But if he's 50, 55 M's, that's good business. Just because of the potential you're getting. I don't mind 50, and it takes some of the pressure off. Because if he comes in for 80, 90, 100 million or anything north of that, that adds even more pressure. You're already at Manchester United striker, you're going to be under immense pressure. You're under the spotlight. You're under scrutiny. So, yeah, man, I'm all for it. Justin Madeira says, let me pull up this comment. Says, really have a belief that Ten Hag and Benny will develop Hojlund into a killer in front of goal. He's 20, fits the physical profile. And look at what Ten Hag did with Haller at Ajax. Rashi had 5 goals in 21-22. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Jesus. Is this the injury? Don't know, but it rules him out of the whole preseason, so it's not a little one. All right, hopefully he gets fit. I really want to see what Malacia can do this year, and I want him to kick on, and I want him to get game time. So yeah, we move. Oh, Thomas, you one of those. Man says, I like Chelsea and Man United. So basically what you're saying is you don't have a team. All right, fairs. You don't have a team then that you support. Fair enough. Thing with Hojlund is if he comes in and doesn't hit the ground running at United, could start getting spooky and could knock him back a little. Not saying he will. Yeah, that ties into what I was saying, G, in regards to what I just mentioned. I just mentioned that about the price point and him being under scrutiny. And that's why it's important to get another striker. So if that does happen and Hojlund is struggling for whatever reason, there's somebody else to take his place. Someone else to take his place. Ramos says, I hope he develops into a Van Nistelrooy type striker. I don't, because Van Nistelrooy's link-up play and all-round game wasn't what was required. Now, I hope he gets Van Nistelrooy's finishing. I hope he gets Van Nistelrooy's ruthlessness. I hope he gets Van Nistelrooy's intelligence and movement. Bring me those things of Van Nistelrooy just when it comes to stone-cold finisher. But overall, we need much, much, much more. We need much, much, much more. Is this actually true? Why is Lewis threatened? Big up Lewis as well. He says, I don't believe it will happen, but for reference, keep that fridge away from my club. Has Harry Maguire actually been linked by any legit source, legit source to Chelsea? Please let me know. Matthew says, big up Flawless and everyone. How funny would it be if Maguire went to Chelsea? Talk about karma. Yeah, we owe them. That's why they need to get Harry Maguire, because they've been talking way too much and way too happy and getting rid of their deadwood for good money. It's absolutely ridiculous, even though they're still going to struggle because they can't score goals. But that's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different conversation. But is there any legit source linking Harry Maguire to Chelsea? Like, let us know. Oh, people trying to put us together for no reason. Hey, I'm all for it, man. Fridge to the bridge, make it happen. Hey, shout out Emma K. Fridge to the bridge, that's funny. That is funny. Emma says the thing is, Hojlund is going to be our number one striker in the national team that we've been wanting for years. So we'll have to get used to hype quick. And Emma, I was thinking when you said that, and it's like our national team. You're Danish, right? That's why I was confused for a second. RJ says Hojlund will bang under Ten Hag, in my opinion, man. He's still very young too. I hope so. Certainly hope so. Certainly hope so. Lewis, let us know in the chat, what is that you dropped there, the 90minutes.com. Let us know. What is that? Is that something you was on? Is it something else? Let me know in the chat, and then I can plug it properly. And like Lewis said, make sure, smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Maguire, that's proper Chelsea. With you, Jesse. I fully hear that. That's why Maguire was training with Carvalho. No legit source, just Graham Bailey waffling. Hey, I'm all for it. Hey, Maguire, Harry to Chelsea, man. Maguire to the hashtag the fridge to the bridge. 100%. Oh, the Graham Bailey Maguire article. Got you. Hey, let's go, man. Poch can turn him around, man. Same way he had Dyer at Spurs, now he can have Maguire at Chelsea. All for it. Everyone that's tapped in, continue to get your questions in, people. Please keep them Manchester United related. We are at 27 likes. Let's bump that up. Let's go to 40 likes, people. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, when you enter the city, pay the tax, people, and it's free. All you have to do is hit the like button. So let's get us up to 40 likes and let's subscribe to the channel. Get us to 7,240. Only looking for free subscribers, and there's just over 50 of you lot in the building. What are we doing? Let's bump up these likes, people. Let's bump up these likes. See what else you're saying. But yeah, with Hojlund, just to end on that, it's looking like it's a good deal. And salute to United doing quick business. It's middle of July. We've signed 2 players. We're trying to sign a third. And we're actually trying to sign players who fit the style and what we're trying to do, whether you like the players or not. And good prices. All right, the Mountain deal wasn't a good price, but Onana, the price was phenomenal. And Hojlund, if the reported price is true, as well. And we're also being linked to other strikers. And let's not forget the Amrabat deal, been linked to the goalkeeper Zion as the backup as well. Man, I mentioned the Malacia injury. Hopefully, well, I can't say man because it's females, but people in the chat mentioning the Malacia injury. Hopefully, we go and get a centre-back as a centre-back. Yes, I want a centre-back as well. We definitely need to go get another centre-back to back up Varane. Well, a left-back. Go get a left-back. I've said this. Play Shaw as a centre-back and go and get a left back. And yeah, the Rashford deal as well that Matthew mentioned as well. G says, how are you rating the summer so far and what are you guys looking for next? Reports are saying after Hojlund, another striker we've been linked with, basically still the spine. So it's another striker we've been linked with, another midfielder in Amrabat and a centre back as well. So again, it's continuing straight down the spine. And that's what I like about what Manchester United are doing and what Ten Hag's doing. The vast majority of the improvement and all the players we're getting linked to are right down the spine of the team. The spine wasn't good enough. Still not good enough now, but it steps in the right direction. It's big up to It's Just Me, says, hey, Flawless, sorry, just tuned in. Thoughts on Evans returning. Hey, I'm all for it, man. I got no qualms. Short-term deal, seasoned professional. It's not like he's going to be playing week in, week out. He's 5th choice. Like, I'm not up in arms or upset about signing Evans because he's going to be 5th choice centre back. You got Martinez, Varane, Shaw, Lindelof, then Evans. That just pushes Maguire 6th choice and pushes him further down the pecking order and maybe closer to Chelsea. Let's hope so. Jesse says, Ten Hag just needs money in abundance and he's cooking. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Stephanie G. Yeah, I think you're dreaming with the last one, but I'm with you. You said Ten Hag getting his players in capital letters, 7 in already. Hojlund makes it 8. Amrabat makes it 9. Tony makes it 10. I don't see us signing Tony, but I hear you. I hear you. But yeah, G, in regards to the summer so far, good summer. Good summer. No, I can't say good. Solid summer so far. But there still needs to be more acquisitions, is what I would say. Evan's wife also works at MUTV. He might want a job too. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, now over 55 of you lot in the building. We have hit 40 likes, 10 more. Let's get us up to 40 likes, people. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Continue to get your questions in. Please keep them Manchester United related. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. Let's see. But again, everyone complaining, you will be complaining if Manchester United were in for anybody. Give Ten Hag and give whoever's involved their plaudits, because Manchester United moving at a quick pace. We signed Mount, went straight onto Onana, signed Onana straight onto Hojlund. Hojlund, we're being linked with other players as well. Give the people them their flowers, because like I said, if we was linked with nobody else after Mount, for example, fan base would be complaining. This is why I said all earlier during this month, fans criticize too much and criticize things that don't need criticizing. There's plenty to criticize Manchester United about. The way we've been moving in the transfer windows, not them. Oh, look at all the deals that all the rivals are doing. So say we sign Hojlund, that's 3 players. Nobody else. None of our other rivals have signed more than 3 players. The only one you can think of who have signed 3 like senior players for like decent amount of money. I'm not talking about Chelsea signing youngsters. They have much easier deals to do. Like serious, like deals for established players take longer. Say this all the time. Deals for established players take longer, especially when they don't have no minimum fee release clause as well. That's why you see Liverpool get those 2 deals done so quickly. But they don't have to negotiate with the club. Like, here's the money. All they have to do is negotiate with said player. So look how we're moving. I like it. But it still needs to be more. As much as I like what I'm seeing, it still needs to be more. Chat Sport says this means Harry's going then. Yeah. Harry Maguire he's on his way out, man. He's on his way out. Where is it? Let's see. Shikar says Amrabat would make this summer a 7 for me. It's definitely a step in the right direction, like I've been saying. Matthew says Matisse not happy with the Maguire rumor. Look at his tweet. I don't even know why he's even paying any attention to that. That's not real. It's not real. It's like when we get linked to certain, like who did we get linked to? It was someone we got linked to. And someone asked me about it. And I was like, this ain't no real link. Where's the legit source? Pickford, that was it. Remember that, people? Remember that? See how quiet that went? We got linked to Jordan Pickford in our fan base. Well, some of our fans were up in that. How are we going to get linked to Jordan Pickford? Remember that? Remember that, people? That was only, 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago that happened. Linked to Jordan Pickford. And people, and there was another player during that period as well. And shout out to Muntz, because I was on Big Six Bands, and he tried to ask me about that nonsense. And I'm like, don't do that, because there's no reliable source. And look how quickly it disappeared. Then after that, it was all Onana. I was like, what are we talking about? Big up Boss Robo Courts as well. Big up to, let me get to this super chat as well. Big up to V33 says, let me get to this. Says, can we get to Frankie de Jong already? If Barca is getting the prime sponsor, they are desperate for money. Low fans ask for prime Barca, and they got KSI and Logan Paul. Joke, man. AV33. First and foremost, big up for the super chat, much appreciated. So thank you very much. Secondly, as well, we can't get de Jong. You know why we can't get de Jong? Because he doesn't want to leave. That's why we can't get de Jong. I'm with you. I would love to see de Jong at Manchester United, even though he doesn't fit the way we're trying to go. He gives us another option. And he is mobile, actually. You know what I'm saying? He's not extremely mobile, but he's mobile enough. And he's a great ball carrier, and he's a great ball carrier and also press resistant as well. Like, and that's when I watched him, I was like, I get the hype, 110%. But de Jong don't want to leave. That's just what it is. This is what we just have to accept. Like de Jong, I gave up on that a long time ago. And if a player doesn't want to be at Manchester United, go get somebody else. Whether they're right in their reason or whether, well, they can't be wrong in their reason. It's up to them. If they think that's best, if he thinks it's best for his career to stay at Barcelona, let him stay. But big up for the super chat. Big up for the super chat. Matthew says Atalanta want at least 60 million for Hojlund, a valuation that Manchester United don't believe is a fair reflection for him at the beginning of his career. That's from Rob Dawson, ESPN. Yeah, I think 60 million is a little bit too much. I said 50, 55, maybe 55 with like add-ons, or 50 with add-ons. But anything 60 million and north of, I think, is too much. I don't think that's a good deal for us. I think that is way too, not way too much, but it's too much for considering what he's done and the potential you're buying. Like, that's what I would say. Stephanie G says, with United being on tour in America, do you think any movement on takeover? I'm not too sure. Maybe, like, I think it would be great if there was protests in their own country. Not that he would care, but for the news story. That's a news story preseason. If Glazer's out, everywhere we went, all over the US. So whether it's East Coast, West Coast, South, Midwest, wherever it is, and there was just United fans just protesting outside each and every game. I think that would be fantastic. But do I think it happens? Probably not. People just want to watch the football, which I get, because the vast majority of the people over there ain't getting to watch Manchester United week in, week out. So I get it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. There's so much going on with Manchester United. Shakar says, Al Nassr are linked with Alex Tellers, reported today by Fabrizio. Won't be a free. Fab says there will be a fee. Hey, I'm all for it. Move him on. I'm all for it. G says, problem you have is you need a striker, so who else if not him? Whoever else is on the list. Those reports have come out today saying it's Kolo Muani plus others. So there's others on the list. He's not the only striker. This is where Ten Hag, your list. This is why your list exists. And this is why I've said before, it shouldn't be names. That's why I was so against the Mount deal. And because it was name. How Manchester United should approach things and how Ten Hag should approach things is, I'm looking for a striker who does this. So I'm looking for a striker who has these attributes and does this, this, and this, whatever that may be. So, and there should be Hojlund and another name and another name and another name, etc. And then you go from there. Should be profiles. Where Manchester United have gone wrong in the past is names. Forget names. What's the profile of these players? So if it's not Hojlund, we do need a striker, 110%. But it can't just be Hojlund or bust. Because then that's when you get, what we talking? Say they want 80, 90 million. That's Hojlund ain't worth that. Hojlund ain't worth 80, 90 million. Move on. Because guarantee you they'll drop the price. If we start moving on from players, that Manchester United tax, which is a thing, but I put in quotes, Manchester United tax will get shifted. That will get shifted. Max says get rid of Tony Martial and get 2 new number 9s would be good. I'm with you on that. I'm fully with you on that. Daredevil says, bear with me. Laptop moving a bit slow. Flawless, if we get Hojlund, then should... What is this? Flawless, if we get Hojlund, then you think we should go for another striker, as Martial is injury prone and Rashford is more of a winger than a striker, but he did well up front last season. Yeah, you threw me off with the grammar for a second there. But yeah, I stand on that. We need bare minimum 2 strikers. I want 3. I've said this. You go get a Hojlund, you go get an even younger striker than a Hojlund, and then you get a senior striker as well. I preferably want Tony in January. I've spoken on this many times. You get Hojlund now, you go get a youngster who just completely just raw attributes, who's like 18, 19, and you have those 2 from August to January. And in January, you bring in Tony, and then that's your 3. You have Ivan Tony, you would have Hojlund, and then you would have the youngster. And you got 3 players battling out for 1 spot. That's how we should do it. But we won't get Ivan Tony. We won't. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Shikar says here, on Steam reported today, there's a list of strikers. I'm just glad Ten Hag is getting players who he wants. And you're right about profiles this time. Not no loan like Weghorst. We're moving. Yeah, it has to be profiles. Forget names. Yeah, it has to be profiles, in particular in a system game. In particular when systems reign supreme over individuals. Go get profiles. And Hojlund fits the profile, but he's not the only striker out there of his profile. Stephanie G says, when is the captaincy being announced? I have no idea. That's a great question. Maybe the chat can let us know. Max says, time to get some sales going ASAP. What they're saying, Tellers is on his way out. Fred, he could be on his way out. McTominay could be on his way out. Maguire could be on his way out. Dean Henderson could be on his way out. We've already got rid of De Gea. Let's not forget that. De Gea's left as well. So I have no complaints with the sales. And what happened to Manchester United? Got no money. I thought we only had 100 million. What happened to that? That disappeared. Very much like the Jordan Pickford rumors. People really do just be making things up. People be making things up, and then fans run with it like it's true. Because I thought we only had 100 million to spend. I thought we only had 150 million to spend. So how are we making a bid of 50, 60, 70 million for Hojlund? We spent 60 on Mount, 40 on Onana. That's 100 M's just on those two. And then 67, that's 170. And then potentially 30 on the Amrabat. I know this is on player sales as well. So yeah, people just really make stuff up. This is why I always ask for the source. People always, and people take it as gospel. Like that Jordan Pickford thing was crazy. Crazy. Absolutely nuts. Would you take Felix on loan as a false nine? Yes, but only under set circumstances, because we're the A side of that negotiation. So first and foremost, no loan fee. Forget that. If we're taking him on loan, we're taking him for free. We're not paying you a penny, first and foremost. Secondly, Atletico Madrid, you're paying the vast majority of his wages. You can pay 80% of his wages. We'll put up at 20%. No obligation to buy and no option to buy either. It's on us. None of that. That's the only way I would take João Felix on loan. Like João Felix and Hojlund, cool. That's a good two. That's a good two. Daredevil says thoughts on Rashi's new 5-year contract. All for it, man. All for it. Large up to Rashford, deserved. Had a great season last season. I'm just hoping he can back it up this season. I hope so. I'm hoping he can. Yeah, not paying 11 million for a year-long loan. We're not Ted Lasso boy. Yeah, forget all that. Forget all that. Matthew mentioned it there. No Heaton traveling to Leon. Guess that means he might go. It's not Leon, Luton. Have you got spell check? No way Leon are in for Tom Heaton. Is that Luton? Is that spell check? Or I'm a Leon in for him? Let me know. Let me know. And let's bump up these likes. Over 80 of you lot in the building. Big up. We're at 44 likes. Let's get up to 60 likes, people. Let's get up to 60 likes. Make sure you share across all the socials, the tweets out. The Instagram posts are out as well. Make sure you're following at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. Make sure you're following the new SoundCloud as well. We got a new SoundCloud for Sarcasm City TV, and we will be on all audio platforms by the end of this week, people. So back on Spotify, back on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcast, all of those. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, let me know. If there's anywhere in the chat that you like listen to podcasts, let me know, and I make sure I submit it to that podcast platform, or that audio platform, I should say, as well. I don't, but I hear you, RJ. I don't not like him, but I hear you. Let's see. V33 says for striker team to a lame striker, what went wrong? Are you talking about Manchester United? You don't have 4 strikers anymore. One, because most teams play with 1 striker. But what went wrong? Everything. Everything went wrong. Like, you've been watching Manchester United long enough. Bad recruitment. That's what went wrong. Why is this moving slow? What is going on? Bad recruitment. It's hard keeping up with the chat, man. Shout out to Ivorian, man. It'll be interesting to hear his take on this. Like I said, he'll be back Thursday, people. But make sure, go follow the new SoundCloud. The link is underneath in the description. I'll drop it in the chat as well, people. Started a fresh reset with all the audio platforms, people. Reset with all the audio platforms. And that being said, this show and all the other shows will be available on all audio platforms as well. So SoundCloud, it will be on by the end of the day. And then, like I said, Spotify and iTunes as well. But yeah, big up for the super chat V33. But we're trying to get back there. Oh, we're playing. Oh, you meant traveling for the game against Leon? Because I know we got linked to Luton. So then when I seen you say Leon, I thought it was spell check and it was Luton. It's cool, Matthew. Good to see you back in the chat again, though. Like I said, we are playing Leon tomorrow in Edinburgh. See, I had no idea. I thought we were wait. Oh, we're playing in Scotland. What, tomorrow? Wait. I thought we were traveling out to the US today. What's going on? Or did I get that wrong? King Yusuf says, if you could, would you give Donny a run over Bruno? Nah, Donny got to go. Donny van der Beek, he got to go. We got 2, like, it's time. You got to go. Move him on. Go get Amrabat. Time. And I like Donny van der Beek. Technically sound, but nah, he's got to move. He's got to move. It's time. You got to move. Jay says, Marcus is cooking this season, man. I hope so. I hope he has a season like he had last season, but this season just gone. Same difference. Shikar says, say we get Hojlund and another holding midfielder like Amrabat. What are your predictions for the season in general, Flawless? Still not enough. We can't just get Hojlund. If we just get just Hojlund, we legit could be in the same predicament as last season, where it's relying on Rashford for goals, because he's the only attacker that I'm trusting to go out there and get goals. We would need Hojlund to not hit the ground running, but get goals. We would need Anthony to produce more goals, Sancho to produce more goals, Martial to produce more goals, Bruno, Mount, Garnacho. Well, I'd actually take Garnacho out of it, but Bruno or Mount. I don't trust any of these players I'm talking about to get us enough goals for us to do something major. That's what I'd say. I think our ceiling, I've said this before, I think our ceiling is what happened last season. I don't think we can do any better than that. When I say that, I'm talking about third place in the Premier League. I don't think we can go north of that. At Domestic Cup, Champions League, if we get to the quarterfinals, if we get out of the group, I'll be like, all right, cool. Get out of the group and just see where we land. But I don't expect us to do anything of note in the Champions League, because one, all our key players would have to stay fit, and two, we'd have to get a favorable draw. And they're two big ifs, two massive ifs, and both highly unlikely to happen in the same season. Don't get me wrong, give us Inter Milan's run to the Champions League final. I think we make the final. But that's with everybody staying fit, one, and that's drawing, being on the favorable side of the draw. But they're two big ifs. But yeah, it's time to move all these players on, man. All these players who've been here for the longest too are not good enough. Not good enough, move them on. Okay, we're traveling from USA, from Scotland after the game. Got you. See, I don't even know what's going on. Don't even know what's going on in regards to the travel and what's happening. Daredevil says, flawless since Bayern Munich have beaten Man United to agree a €50 million deal with Kim Min-jae. Centre-back, which centre-back should we go for, my friend? Our centre-back depth would be Lindelof, Varane, Lissandro, and who? You're forgetting Luke Shaw. So it'd be Lindelof, Varane, Lissandro, Luke Shaw. That's the four. We've also been linked with another centre-back. And we didn't get beat to Kim Min-jae via Bayern Munich. We didn't get beat to them. We didn't get beat to Kim Min-jae, sorry. We didn't put up the money. We offered in personal terms. We did not put up the money. So we did not get beat to him because we never made an offer to Napoli. For what reason it is, I don't know. I wanted Kim Min-jae. We pulled out of that deal for some reason. I would love to know why. Will we find out? Probably not. And I don't think it's a money issue, because it's not like the money's not there. So why? There's something off as to why we pulled out of that deal. Why would you offer in personal terms but not offer Napoli a transfer bid? I mean, make a transfer bid to Napoli. Bear in mind, he had a release clause, and you knew what the release clause was, and it wasn't expensive. Yeah, I hear you, Daredevil. I hear what you're saying. I know you're not. It's that fans try to run with that. Oh, you got beat, rival fans. Oh, you got beat to Kim Min-jae. We never made an offer. So how can we get beat in a race we never participated in? But I don't know why. I think we missed out. Well, maybe it was the first team football, because he's going to Bayern Munich and he's number one, their best centre-back, and two, he's playing week in, week out. Whereas here, there's more thoughts. I mean, there's more thoughts. I was just reading Ivan's comment. There's more competition for places. You got Varane in front of you. You are not necessarily just going to sweep aside and play week in, week out. Maybe it's that. Maybe. I don't know. But Daredevil, big up. Matthew says, just in, United are ready to step up their interest in Kolo Muani over fears that Atalanta will not compromise on their valuation of Hojlund. And that's from our ESPN. That's the way it should be. Should be, all right, you want to bump up his value and we don't think he's worth that. Walk away. Any negotiation, you have to be willing to walk away. The reason why Manchester United tax exists, one is because Manchester United are just stupid in negotiate, or have been very stupid in negotiations in the past. And two, we've been unwilling to walk away. Walk away. Should have walked away from the Mount deal. Walk away. If we want to offer 60 M's and they want 80, all right, say, okay, cool. Because then teams will then start to realize, oh, Manchester United will walk away from the deal. And you won't get money. You won't get money for that said player. So I'm all for it. Colin Muani, I have my doubts, but if that's who the manager goes for, cool. I've only watched him. I've only watched him in the World Cup. That was it. I've not watched him outside of that. Not watched him, so I can't really give too many thoughts. But what I've seen, he just seems extremely raw. Seems extremely raw. Hey, over 90 of you lot in the building. Big up. Let's bump up the shares, sorry, first and foremost. When I say bump up the shares, share this out across all the socials, open up some new tabs. Let's get over 100 people in here. We are at 50 likes. Big up to you lot. We hit that like milestone. Let's go up to 70 likes now. Let's continue to hit the like button because there's over 90 of you lot in the building. We're at 50 likes. That means everybody here has not hit that like button. Let's bump up the likes, people, as well. And hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to continue to get your questions in. Please keep them Manchester United related. And of course, if you do indeed super chat, I will get straight to your comment or question as well. We're at 7,239. We're looking for one more subscriber, people. Get us to 7,240. Looking for one more subscriber, people. Just one more. Just one more subscriber. Let's hit that subscribe button, please. Let me get to it. Ivan asked me a question about Amrabat. He says, your thoughts on Amrabat, bro? I'm all for it. He fits what we're trying to do. He's dogged, aggressive, mobile, physical, also technically good. Fits what we're trying to do. Gives us not only backup to Casemiro, but someone who can play alongside Casemiro and give us more of a more defensive solidarity, which is good. So say we go away to City, we go away to Arsenal, we go away to Liverpool. You can play Casemiro next to Amrabat. I like that. You got your goalkeeper, you got your back four, and then you could have Casemiro and Amrabat. And then if you want to play Bruno in front of that, Mount in front of that, I like that. And then whoever's playing central out of Mount or Bruno, you can then play the other one wide right. For instance, Mount central in front of that, and then you play Bruno wide right, for example. That's dogged. I like that. That's off the ball. That's defensive. That's spoilers, disruptive. That, like I said, it gives you that solidarity defensively. You're not just gonna get run through. And I'm about cheap price as well. I'm saying like 30 million. I'm all for it. And if we move on, Fred, Henderson, Tellez, McTominay, Donny van der Beek, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's see. Daredevil says, flawless. Should be going for Caicedo or not? Maybe submit a bid since we need a midfielder. Amrabat and Caicedo is not bad depth and competition for places, but first, some midfielders have to leave. I would happily go and get Caicedo. Go take the rug out from under Chelsea. Just yank that shit. Just, you know what I'm saying? And that. Just yank that shit right out from underneath Chelsea. However, will it happen? No. But I go make a bid, yeah. I'd go drop 8 EMs. All these outgoings. I'd just go spend all the outgoings we've got, go accumulate that. If that goes up to 80, 90 million, I would just use that on Caicedo. So these 4, 5, 6 players, there's probably more who we've mentioned. I'm sure it can equal 80 million. I'm sure if we get rid, like I said, of Henderson, Tellez, Bailly, Brandon Williams, Maguire, McTominay, Fred, am I forgetting anyone? Like, I've just named 7, 8 players. Like, and then go spend that money on Caicedo. And you could get Amrabat as well because he's not expensive. Why not both? Why not? No, I hear you, Daredevil. Hell of a dream, though. It's hell of a dream. It really is. Big up to Chinlu, who says, big up flawless. I don't get all this prop for Hojlund. There are plenty of strikers out there who are more clinical on goal. Might as well get Kolo Muani if Atalanta are moving mad on the feet. Well, that's what reports are saying. And the reason why people are giving props for Hojlund, because people are just excited about the prospect in terms of potential. That's what it is. And you're saying there's plenty of strikers who are out there who are more clinical on goal. I don't think it's about being clinical on goal. And that's something you can improve as well, because he's at the age. It's not about being clinical on goal. You got to be more for the team. It's not about, we don't need a striker who scores 20, 25, 30 goals a season. Of course, that's a help. But it's all well and good scoring all them goals. But if the team's suffering, what does it matter? We had that with a certain guy who's in Saudi Arabia, Cristiano Ronaldo. He was here. Did he not get 25 goals the season he was here? One of the seasons he was here. And the team was awful. So it's like just adding goals to your team, as silly as this sounds, just adding goals to your team doesn't automatically make your team better. You can add goals to your team with one player and it makes your team worse. Ronaldo would still get more goals than Hojlund now. We brought back Ronaldo, he'd still probably get 15 to 20 goals because he's a good finisher. However, just because you get goals don't mean you're good for the team. It's much more than that. It's much more than that. Can Rashford reach that world-class level? No, but I think he can reach world-class goal-scoring form. I think he has that. What did he get? 30 goals last season. He scored 30 goals with little to no help. So if you give him even adequate help, and he has the season he has, you can get 40. You could get 40 goals. Telling me with better players around him, Rashford couldn't add 10 more goals if the whole burden wasn't on him. So do I think he can reach a world-class level overall? No. But do I think he can get to world-class goal-scoring form? Yes. Because of his attributes. Absolutely. Hey, I'm with this. I have no qualms with this. Matthew says United are not ruling anything out after Johnny Evans' short-term contract. They believe his experience can be useful for the younger players. He'll be 5th choice. I'm cool. This is like signing a 3rd-choice goalkeeper who's like 40 years old, for example, who you just want as experience for your other 2 goalkeepers and just back up. We rarely gonna see Johnny Evans. I'm with that. Hey, you lot just being greedy. This is crazy. This is nuts. This is where was it? Let me get to this comment. That is wild. Who was it? Was it Emma or was it Stephanie G? One of you two. Here it is. This is crazy, Stephanie G. She says, need either Caicedo, or Amrabat, or Lavia, or all 3. And then she put laughing emojis. Yeah, you know why you put laughing emojis. That's crazy. RJ says, flawless. I'm buzzing here about Marcus putting pen to paper. I'm just so glad he proved me wrong and had a great season last season. I just hope so. I just hope that he can replicate that. I hope so. I really do. Johnny says, laughing my ass off, I doubt Ten Hag would sign Evans on a permanent. Not only is he below par, but he isn't going to get better either. Like I said, it's 5th choice centre-back. I'm really not too fussed. It's the equivalent, like I just said, of signing a 3rd choice goalkeeper. We rarely going to see Johnny Evans. We rarely going to see him if he does indeed sign. And big up to Lewis for the raid as well, lads. Everyone who's just joined from the raid. Make sure you bump up the likes first and foremost. Secondly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And thirdly, keep all your comments or your questions Manchester United related, please, people. Voice of Reason said Hojlund played approximately 1,800 minutes in Serie A, which is roughly the equivalent to 20 full 90-minute games. In context, scoring 9 goals in 20 games is not a bad record. Hey, Voice of Reason, you really lived up to your name with this comment. This is valid. And I'm not worried about his goal scoring record because we're a better team than Atalanta. So therefore, he'll get more of the ball in goal scoring opportunities. Yeah, he'll get more of the ball in goal scoring. In goal scoring opportunities, and he'll get more chances to score. And I expect him to get more than 9 goals. So I'm not really too fussed. How old is he? Hojlund, 21. Is he 21? Like, he's got ample time to improve. Daredevil says everyone has to contribute when it comes to scoring goals, which includes the wingers, strikers, midfielders, sometimes the centre backs as well. A goal scorer midfielder is pivotal in my opinion, bro. I hear you. We need goals. We lack goals, man. We really, really do lack goals. We need goal. We need more goals from everyone, in particular our attack. That's why it can't just be Hojlund, like I keep saying. It can't just be Hojlund. It can't be. Matthew with Newey says here, with the information, this is breaking. This is from The Athletic. There are no plans to send Kobbie Mainoo out on loan. Ten Hag is said to love him to madness and trust his ability. Yeah, I'm all for it. Cool. All right, if Ten Hag trusts him, let's see him play. People were waxing lyrical about him from the Leeds game. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Yeah, 19. Yeah, he's 20 years old, man. This is 1920s. Ample time to improve. Ample time. Do I think United will sign Kane? No, I don't think we'll sign Harry Kane. I don't think we'll get him. I think he stays at Spurs. I've said this. Let's see what else you are saying as well. Yeah, we got to this earlier, Warrior J. Atalanta want at least 60 million for Hojlund. A valuation that Manchester United don't believe is a fair reflection for him at the beginning of his career. That's from Rob Dawson, ESPN. I agree with Manchester United. Oh, Ivorian will be on Thursday, Jess. It'll be on Thursday. That's all. You couldn't make it on today, but it'll be on the Thursday edition of the show. Yeah, he's 20 years old. He's 20 years old. What are we talking about? I think we are, Johnny. Let me get to this real quickly. He says Manchester United should really be pushing for Maguire and McTominay sale. Even put Sancho in there because you'd raise at least 100 million for them 3 combined, which would cover a Kane signing. One thing I disagree with is you're not getting 100 million from Maguire, McTominay, and Sancho. No, you are not. You are not getting. Just no. You're not getting. Basically, you're asking for what? Northern. You're asking for 33 million or just over. Let's just use 33 million for it. But you're asking for 33 million for these 3 players. It's not happening. You're not getting 33 million for McTominay, and you're not getting 33 million for Maguire. Maybe Sancho can command that, but you're not getting 100 million for these three. However, I think we are pushing for a Maguire sale because we stripped him of the captaincy. He is fifth choice centre back. McTominay, there's been talks of him leaving for a minute now, for a strong minute. So I think and he don't play. So I think that tells you all you need to know. And in regards to Sancho, I think it's the right offer as well. I think you're dreaming if you think we get 30 million for McTominay and 30 million for Maguire. I disagree with that. 40 million for Sancho, I can hear. That I think is realistic. 30 million for Maguire is unrealistic. 30 million for McTominay is unrealistic. Somebody got to want these players. Somebody got to want these players. Big up to Jacob. I see you as well. Daredevil says, flawless since Mount will start for us, which most likely means Eriksen will be on the bench. This guy needs a break. Should play certain games / minutes, as this guy nearly lost his life. No, that's facts. And the thing is, Eriksen's I like the role Eriksen's in. Eriksen is a squad player I like. My problem is there should have been a major improvement on Eriksen. And that's not Mason Mount. But Eriksen will play. He had a good season last season, played important minutes, played, you know what I'm saying, in important games and put in some important performances as well. And I expect the same from him in this coming season. So, yeah, adds value to the squad, adds talent to the squad, etc., etc. G says, are you guys looking at wingers next season, or are you good in that market? I think we're fairly good in that market, to be honest. That's one of the few places where I actually calm, where I go, I don't want to see anybody come in. That's the only position on the pitch, because you've got Rashford and Garnacho on the left. You've got Anthony and Diallo on the right. You've got Sancho who can play from the left. He can also play on the right. You've got Palestri who can play on the right as well. I don't want to see no wingers coming. I like the 5-6 winger options we have. However, if we did get a good offer for Sancho, I'd move him on. I would. And Fardeen says, what's this Johnny Evans deal? There's no need to worry about the Johnny Evans deal. If it does indeed happen, he's fifth choice centre back. It's like signing a third choice goalkeeper. Malcolm said it as well. Like, oh, Johnny Evans shows where the club's at. It doesn't really matter. It's fifth choice centre back. I'm not losing my hair or pulling my hair out my head because of a fifth choice centre back. If it does indeed happen. Cool. No watch-alongs for the preseason games, people, RJ. Obviously, watch-alongs will be back once the season starts back. So you get all the Manchester United watch-alongs here on the YouTube. So you get Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, all here. And then on the Twitch, that's where you get all the non-Manchester United Premier League games, Champions League games, Carabao Cup, and FA Cup as well. All that will be on the Twitch. And you're going to get much more watch-alongs than you did last season, people. So you start getting early kicks on the Saturday at 12:30. You get early kicks on the Sunday as well. You'll get much more. You get more 3 p.m s, more late kicks. I'm turning it up a notch, people. You're going to get so many watch-alongs. Like even the opening week, for example, City Burnley on the Friday, you'll get that. Let me actually pull up the fixture list to let you lot know. I know United play Monday, so you get the games up basically, but I know you're getting the City game on the Friday, which is the opening one. That'll be live on the Twitch. So make sure you get over to the Twitch if you enjoy watch-alongs, people, because that's where all the non-Manchester United watch-alongs are going to be. Yeah, I'm looking here right now. So yeah, Burnley versus Manchester City on the Friday, and then the Saturday, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, I'll do that. The 5:30 game, and I do Newcastle Villa. I'll do Newcastle Aston Villa. And then the 13th of August, I'm going to do both. I'll do Brentford Tottenham on the Sunday, 2 p.m. And then Chelsea Liverpool, 4:30 p.m. the same day. And then, like I mentioned, the Manchester United Wolves game here on Monday. And then what I'll start doing as well on Saturdays, not every Saturday, but on Saturdays, I'll start doing fan calling shows after the 5:30 game. So like 8:30 p.m. So like half an hour after we finish the stream, we'll be back on Twitch. And it won't be every week, but it will be regular. So you'll get the fan calling show after that. So you can come in and talk about the games on from that Saturday. I may even occasionally do it on Sunday if there's space for me to do it, because there might not actually be space for me to do it on a Sunday. But definitely Saturday. I think Sunday, if it's 4:30 kick, probably won't have, because 4:30, 6, I have to do 7, 7. Maybe you might get it on the Sundays as well, people. Yeah, actually, you'll keep a lookout. You'll get fan calling shows on Saturdays and Sundays after the final game. So Saturday after 5:30, so it'll probably be like 8 p.m. And then the Sundays, 4, 6, probably about 7 p.m. on the Sunday. So just keep a lookout on that, people. I actually thought about this yesterday, and it's mad that you asked this and then I've spoken about it on here. Always trying to bring you a lot more content, man. We turning up a notch. We're not turning down. We turn up during preseason. during the summer transfer window right now, and then we turning up when the season starts as well. Flawless, would you start Garnacho and give him more minutes and use Sancho as a bench player, as when he came back from his long break last season, he scored against Leicester and Leeds? So no, I wouldn't start Garnacho. I'd give him more minutes, yes, but Rashford's my first choice. Garnacho off the bench. Garnacho's what, 18, 19? Ample time to develop. No need to rush him. Get the best out of him, which is him off the bench against tired defenders. So whether we're chasing the game and we need an injection of pace, or we're holding on to a lead and a team's pressing and we're trying to play on the counter attack, he fits both of those molds perfectly, in particular the latter. So no, I wouldn't. Sancho, I've already said I'd move him on. I'd move him on. If I got a good offer, if we get 45 million, if we get 40 million offer for him, I'd move him on. I'd no longer defend him. It's time. It's time. Shikar says, are there any news regarding the sale of Wan-Bissaka? When there are rumors of Jeremy Frimpong? Personally, would be all over that deal. 1 second. The Frimpong news kind of just came and went because we was linked to him, and then you heard nothing else. But I wouldn't sell Wan-Bissaka, but I would still sign Frimpong. If I'm selling a right back, it's Dalot. I would keep Wan-Bissaka, like I said, for specialist occasions, in particular when we're away at City, we're away at Arsenal, away at Liverpool, away in a big game in the Champions League. I'm playing Wan-Bissaka. Everything else, all the other games, I'm playing Frimpong or whoever that right back is, because we need an improvement in that area. Need an improvement. Let's see what else you lot are saying as well. Make sure I didn't miss. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. I will be reaching out to members. If you're a member of the channel, if you're a Sarcasm City Soldier or higher, so if you're level 2 or level 3, I will be reaching out to members in regards to the members Q&A on the Twitch, and I will be reaching out to members as well who are Sarcasm City Generals for one of the members Q&As on the YouTube, either the Wednesday one or the Sunday one. So keep an eye out. So if you want to join the membership, links in the pinned comment, people. Many great perks, including how to actually get on the channel as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Oh yeah, G, let me mod you as well. I don't even know if you're still in the chat. You should have been modded. Let me see if I can find you. Hey G, write a comment and write another comment and I'll mod you, because I can't find you on the screen here. Let me have a look. Should have done modded you. I don't know why you're not modded. He mod you. Shout out to G. Even though he's a Liverpool fan, he's a real one still. But yeah, next time he comments, I'll mod him 100%. All right, 71 likes. Hey, let's get that up. 90 likes, people. Over 160 people watching. Let's get up to 90 likes and hit that subscribe button as well. I'm not sure how many subscribers we're on. His road to 8,000 subscribers. Yeah, bless up, G. I'm literally doing that now as we speak. Hold up. Is that right? You should have been a mod. That's on me. My bad. Warrior J says, Flawless, do you think any of the youngsters in the Manchester United Academy will get a chance in the 23 to 24 season? Maybe, because we have more of Ten Hag's players and the team's more settled. Maybe he'll play more. He'll be more willing to play youngsters, because you don't want to bring youngsters into an unsettled team or a team that's not stable. You want to bring them into the best possible predicament. So maybe with more of his players, in particular in the spine of the team, we do see a Kobe Mainoo. We do see someone you never heard of. Potentially. Yeah, every time, G, you already know, man. Big up. Emma, I'm with this. We might just use the academy fullbacks to fill in that area if needed. I don't know if we have any right backs, but if we've got a decent right back, bring him in. Because I'm just tired of the players we've got. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the new signings. I'm not talking about the signings last season under Ten Hag. I'm talking about all the players that failed beforehand. Take Varane, Martinez. Sorry. Bear with me. Yo. What happened to my voice? All of a sudden, my voice go Barry White. Take Martinez. No, not Martinez. Take Varane and Rashford out of it. Like everyone else who was here, I'm not really trying to see in the first team. Some of them as squad players, the vast majority I want gone. I'm cool with it. That's why I don't defend these men anymore. Hey, big up Time to Shine. I see you as well. Yeah, Jez. We're not focusing on a fullback area, defo striker and midfield, even though I would like us to. That's just my personal preference. This is my personal preference. Diallo is a striker now, playing right wing, 100%. Playing right wing. I would not play him as a striker. No. Don't want to see him there. Play him wide right. That's what I would do. See what else you lot saying as well. Brandon Williams training with the first team and going on tour, going or staying. I think if we get a good offer, we'll move him on because he's not going to get game time. You got Malacia, you got Shaw, you got Dalot, you got Wan-Bissaka, who are all ahead of him. So your third choice at left back, your third choice at right back at the very best. And we've seen Malacia play right back and we've seen Dalot play left back. So technically you could be fourth choice in both areas. I think he'll get moved on. Yeah, we need to focus on every area. That's where I'm at, Shika. 100%. Big up Derek as well. Thomason says, big up Flawless. Onana, top class keeper. I can see you fighting for the title if you get Kane, Osherman, Vlahovic. Is that Jonathan David, I'm guessing? Or anyone and another midfielder. I don't see us fighting for a title. Let me pour water on that fire. We're not fighting for no league title. Let's just say that, people. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Domestic cups, cool. Champions League quarterfinals, hear that. Third place in the Premier League, cool. Fighting for a title, nah, forget about it. And big up to my guy Eddie every single time, says if they're asking for 60 for Hojlund, see what Kolo Muwani's talking about. Well, that's what they're saying, Eddie. That's the reports that have come out, that if it's not Hojlund, it will be Kolo Muwani. If we can get Hojlund, we should still go in for Kolo Muwani, regardless. Go get two strikers. That's what we need to do. Johnny says, I do find the obsession with academy players crazy, though. I love the idea of academy players becoming great, but I find it crazy when people see 1 or 2 games of a young player and think he's ready to start. You said it there. It's because of, I won't go as far to say obsession, but it's the emotional attachment our fan base has to our academy. That's what it is. But most players are not good enough. Most players ain't good enough. Simple as that. So that tells you all you need to know. In regards to it. Tells you all you need to know. Most of our players don't go elsewhere and be successful at the highest level. Most of our youth players. That's what I'd say. But people will hype it up. And that's just because, like I said, the emotional attachment some of our fan base have to the academy. That's simply what it is. What your academy is good for, well, 2 things. 1, helps you make money, and 2, producing professional footballers. And that's one of the good things about United's academy is we produce good football. We produce professional footballers, whether that's at the Premier League level, championship level, or lower. Shikar says, I'm over these Kane talks. Kane doesn't fit our system. Yes, maybe price tag is the reason, but you can tell the profile Ten Hag wants. Yeah, for that money, nah. Like I said, I don't want to see Manchester United paying 100 million for anyone not called Kylian Mbappe. We're spending 100 million or north of 100 million has to be Kylian Mbappe. Oh, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm really, really not trying to hear it. G says, who is another centre-back you'd like to get in if Maguire leaves? Are you good with Varane, Martinez, Evans, Lindelof? Might be missing someone, can't remember. Yeah, Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw played centre-back last season, but I hear your point. In regards to who I would take, I like Bella Kotchap. I would go and get Bella Kotchap from Southampton. Like his profile, played in the Premier League. Believe he played in the World Cup as well. Young, can get better. Fits what we're trying to do. Why would you not? Who better to learn from than a Rafael Varane? For Bella Kotchap wouldn't be expensive. He's in the Championship. So I would personally go get a Bella Kotchap. Because I've not watched him often, but when I have, I'm like, I've been impressed. I've been like, okay. I think there's a centre-back in there. So personally for me, Bella Kotchap. But it's not just the name, it's more the profile. You just go get me that type of profile. Pace and power, mobile, athletic, 6 foot plus, combative, decent enough on the ball. Yeah. Bella Kotchap is a good young player as well. But exactly, that's it. Who better to learn from than Rafael Varane, Martinez, etc., etc. I'm all for it. It's just me says Kylian ain't coming to England. Facts. Never said he was. I just used him as the only player I want to see Manchester United sign for 100 million or north of that. Do I think he ends up at Manchester United? No. I've been consistent on this. He's going Real Madrid, in my opinion. But I was just using him as an example. He's not coming to Manchester United, no. Joe says, what is your thoughts on... Let me pull up this. What is your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes being the captain and Rashford 350k a week? It's a huge amount for Rashford, but he's so far ahead of our attack combined, so he deserves the most out of anyone. In regards to Bruno being the captain, I'm not really too fussed. Anyone who's watched me for any significant amount of time knows I'm not really much of a fan of Bruno Fernandes. But him as the captain, I'm not really too fussed because Casemiro's still going to lead. Martinez is still going to lead. Varane is still going to lead. You wouldn't give any of those three players I mentioned the armband, and they would be doing even more. They display captain-like attributes regardless. That's what captains do. Captains are captains without the armband. So, like, yeah, with it. And I'm hoping maybe Bruno with the armband helps him level up his game. Maybe him getting more responsibility and being officially the captain now and being Ten Hag's guy helps him improve his game. I hope so. Do I see it happening? No. But I hope it does. I really hope it does. Hey, still over 140 of you lot in here. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's get us up to 100 likes. We're at 80 likes. Let's get us up to 100 likes, people. Let's get us up to 100 likes. We're currently at, let me refresh the screen and see where we're at. We're at, have we lost subscribers or gained? Where was we at? Yeah, we gained. We're at 7,242. We're looking for 3 more subscribers, people. Get us to 7,245. There's over 140 of you lot in the building. I'm asking for 3 subscribers. Hit the subscriber mark. Hit the notification bell before I close out in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, people. Make sure we do so. Make sure. And let's bump up the likes. We need to get to 100 likes, and we need to hit that subscriber mark before we do indeed close out. That's why for me, Bruno is a worthy captain since he's joined. He's always been the workhorse with the vicious play. Given the captaincy, like I said, I don't really put too much stock on captaincy. I really, really don't. I really don't. I'm just like, yeah. Hey, I only know this guy from, I signed this guy on FIFA. I can't pronounce his name, but I hear you, RSV. He said, I would also love, it's spelled Lacroix. Yeah, I signed him on FIFA. So if he's anything like FIFA, I know he's quick. He fit the style I was looking for. I signed him in career mode. How good he is, though, in real life, I have no idea. I have no idea. Talking about academy players, I'm surprised McNeil isn't going on the preseason tour. Hey, it is what it is. I don't even, like I said, I've not paid no attention to the preseason tour, so I don't know who's there and who's not in regards to youngsters. I really, really don't. Johnny, I'm not sure about the Belgian midfielder who joined Villa. Are you talking about Tillemans? Tillemans don't fit what we're trying to do. I like Tillemans, but Tillemans does not fit what Manchester United are trying to do and the way we're trying to go. Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Hey, Shagas says flawless, loves pace. But that's the way the game, that is the base. I said this yesterday because someone asked me the same question. It was on ManDem United, ironically, and asked me about pace and power. That's the base to get in. That's entry point 1. Like, when it comes to what you must have, that's first and foremost top of the list. And then there's other shit that you need. There's a list of other things you need in regards to whatever position you play. But that's top of the list. You don't succeed without that. You do not succeed unless you're in City system. You do not succeed without that in the Premier League at the highest level. You need pace and power. Of course, there needs to be more. Of course, you athletic, mobility, technique, etc., etc. You have to have the mental attributes, but that's the basis. That's the basis. Hey, Daredevil, big up, man. Much appreciated. It's flawless and playing the piano and listening/watching your podcast. Love and respect, my friend. Hey, if you can, make sure you play DRE on the still DRE on the piano. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the other tune that's banging on the piano you can play? Oh, what's the tune called? It's Snoop when he was on No Limit. Laylo. Either play still DRE or Laylo. 2 classics. 2 classics. Joe R says, Lissandro has excellent leadership. He takes the new players like a true leader. Nah, I hear you, man. He does. He does, man. He is a true, like, that's why you don't, giving him the armband isn't going to make Lissandro Martinez even more of a leader. Like, Lissandro Martinez that's just within him. That's just what he is. He's just leader-like. That's it. He's just leader-like. He really is. He's just leader-like. For real, for real. Hey, you lot continue to... Hey, we're only at 85 likes. 100 likes I asked for, people. 100 likes. 100 likes. Where are we at? And hit the subscriber mark as well, man. You're clearly here enjoying the content. Let's make sure we are supporting the content, people, and supporting the channel. Bear with me, people. 1 second. Sorry, people. I had to just put you lot on mute. I've got a meeting I'm going to, and I'm trying to sort out some business, and I was just listening to the voice note that I just got sent. That's all. That's all it was. That's all it was. So I'm not ignoring you lot, man. Always working while I'm working, people. That's what it is. That's all it is. So that's why I put you lot on mute. So that's why I had to pay attention. I mean, that's why I had to put you lot on mute to listen to the voice note to see what's going on. That's why I'm getting out of here shortly as well, people. I am. But final few questions, people, and we're gonna close out. G says, that's one thing I say about United. You do have more capable captains within the squad, which is why I used to get confused as to why Maguire was captain still, counterproductive. You know why? Because we didn't have, at that time, you're right, G. Right now we do. But at that time, there was no Casemiro, there was no Martinez, Varane wasn't fit. We didn't have anybody else at that time. We legit didn't. It was Bruno, Ronaldo. Think about it. De Gea was playing, Lindelof. Look at the spine. McTominay, Fred, Martial. There wasn't Luke Shaw. Like, hear the names I'm talking about. Hey, I'm trying, Shikar, man. I'm trying. Yeah, G. Like, that's what it is. Like, that man weren't here at that point. But Maguire being captain shows where he was at. Because it's like, when Oli gave him the captaincy, people were like, there wasn't any standouts. Like, now it's an actual conversation to be had. Like, should it be Casemiro? Should it be Martinez? Should it be Varane? Should it be Bruno? Like, there's actually conversations to be had. And as much, and this is how you lot know I don't have an agenda against Bruno. I have no issue with him being captain. I have zero issue with Bruno being captain. Zero issue with him being captain. None whatsoever. That's how you know I don't have no agendas, because it's a player I don't rate, and I'm saying if he's captain, hopefully it raises his game. That's what I'm hoping for. See, right, that's deep, Joe, man. When I said Maguire isn't a leader, he's a coward and always blames others in interviews. We'll never forgive Ollie for giving him the captaincy. Fairs, Joe. Fairs. I think it's a bit harsh calling him a coward, but I get your overall point and why you have issues with it. I get it. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Final few questions, people. Final few questions. We doing here. Let's have a look. We have lots of unofficial captains. Yes, definitely, G. That's how I look at it. Like, we still ain't going to look. Manchester United fans ain't going to look at Martinez, Casemiro, and Varane any different. Like, they're still like, all right, they're the guys. They're still them. You know what I'm saying? That's still them. Yo, why is this moving slow? Let me see. I'm just seeing you to raid as well. That's all it is. Just having a look. If not, I'll just send you lot to. Yeah, you know what? I'll just send you lot to. Oh, yeah, Manchester United Liverpool show as well, people. Midnight. Manchester United Liverpool show, midnight. So make sure you tune in for that. ManDem United podcast analysis at Anfield podcast, please, people. So make sure you check that out as well. Jeez, I thought I missed the super chat when I clicked star and it was the old one. Big up V33. Top 4 prediction if the season started tomorrow. City first. Is this an order? This is tough. So I'm guessing you're asking an order. Liverpool second. It's between United and Arsenal, because we can't score goals like that. But they got Kai Havertz in their midfield. But Partey's still there. But Havertz is going to play these detrimental. Yeah, I can't pick any side who's starting Kai Havertz week in, week out to finish above us. United first, Arsenal fourth. City, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal would be my top 4 right now if the season started. And that's the 18th of July, 2023, people. Let me repeat that. 18th of July, 2023, if the season started right now. So that could change tomorrow if other clubs make signings or incomings or outgoings. I don't know about Newcastle. Because one thing about Newcastle, they ain't got goals like that. They ain't got goals. People forget this. As much as Chelsea ain't got goals and United struggle for goals, Newcastle ain't got goals. Like, they struggled. That's why they went on that run where they was drawing a lot of games, because they couldn't score. And yeah, signing Tonali's all well and good, and he adds quality to that side, no doubt, and adds creativity to that side, no doubt. Somebody got to score. Who you relying on to score goals? Almiron, Callum Wilson, St. Maximum, Isak. Like, who's scoring their goals? And don't get me wrong, Newcastle will be in the running 110%. And that could change if they sign a bad boy striker tonight. That could change. And Newcastle playing in Europe too. And that too. Because defensively, they're fine. I don't think there's any issue with them. From a defensive standpoint, they are absolutely fine. But in regards to going for, like Manchester United, like Chelsea, Newcastle are in the same boat. Goals. One thing Liverpool have in abundance is goals. I just think it's the rest of why they're fall short, because they're just not better than Manchester City. They're just not. Yeah, they'll get goals, but do I think their forward line is good enough to take them to a league title? No. Now, is their good forward line good enough to help them finish top 4? Absolutely. Is their forward line good enough to help them win a Europa League? Yes. Domestic cups also, yes. I'll call it as I see it. Hope you lot didn't hear that. That's my stomach. Jesus Christ. Hope you lot didn't hear that. But that's what it is. But yeah, that would be my top 4 if the season started today. And that's the 18th of July, 2023. Let me see what else. Did I miss anything else? I don't think I did. Hey, big up everyone that's tapped in, though, because there was over 100 people in here before the raid, and then the raid happened, and then there was well over 200 people in there. Big up my guy, Carefree Lewis G, every single time as well. Joe, speaking of the captaincy, he says, Casemiro can't speak English, and I think that's an issue, because I think the captain should be given clear instructions, but he could definitely lead by example, since there are different kind of captains. That's how I look at it. He's a captain by example, but he be talking anyway, because you got to remember the vast majority of, well, not the vast majority, a lot of our players are Spanish speaking. So he can communicate with the vast majority of them. Ferran can speak Spanish. Martinez can speak Spanish. Dalot can speak Spanish. Who else in that midfield? Bruno speaks Portuguese, and I know those two languages there are similar. Like, what are we talking about? Anthony Brazilian, Portuguese speaking. So we got many Portuguese/Spanish speaking players, so he can communicate. And just plus, football is a universal language. I've played football with people who don't speak English. And guess what? You manage to link, because you understand, man. You can point and signal, and people know what it is. Football is a universal language, because I don't speak no Spanish. And I was playing duns with who don't speak English. And yet we still communicated and managed to ball out. So we managed to do. We managed to ball out. See what else you are saying as well. Yeah, Newcastle will be dangerous, but Champions League now too, they need good depth. Yeah, don't get mistaken. I think Newcastle will do well. I don't think they'll fall off. And if someone says they'll finish top 4, I'm not even arguing you down. It's just goals. That's why this window is so transfer window dependent for all these teams. All the teams behind Manchester City. So basically, the rest of the big 6 and Newcastle is so transfer window dependent. I think all them teams are very close. And there's a lot of unknowns as well. Chat Sports says, you happy with the transfers for United? If there's one player for the midfield to bring in at United, who would that be? I'm happy with the transfers minus Mason Mount. Is there one player for the midfield to bring in at United? Who would that be? We need much more than one, so I can't answer for one. But just go get quality. I would go, we need more than one. Because if we lose Fred, we lose McTominay, that leaves us with Casemiro, Mount, Bruno, Eriksen. So that leaves us with, am I forgetting anybody? Yeah, Fred and McTominay leave. We have 4 senior midfielders. That's not enough. We need to go sign 2 others. I was saying this anyway, that we needed 3 midfielders. I was saying this when we were signing Mount. I said we still need to go get 2 midfielders in addition. And we need 2 midfielders bare minimum. We need 6. We need at least 2 players for every position. Bare minimum 2. Ideally, I'd like 7. Go like youngster. If that's a Kobe Mainoo, cool. But you need different. Like I say, we needed a backup to Casemiro. We needed an upgrade on Eriksen and one over. Backup to Casemiro would be an Amrabat, cool, and someone who can play alongside Casemiro. Mount wasn't the improvement on Eriksen, but go get an improvement on Mount and Eriksen, and then you're cool. I'm cool with that. Completely out of topic. These crooks over there at Brentford wanted us to pay 3 million less for Rayo with a year left than you pay for Onana. Yeah, the fact that Jez called them my crooks is hilarious. I know what Jez is like. Jez hilarious. Let's see what else you lot saying. I think that's it though. I think we've discussed everything. If there's anything I've missed in the chat, let me know, people. Otherwise, I need to actually go rush and get ready to go out. Like I said, got this meeting trying to do business, people. That's why I muted myself earlier, like I stated. Right, 92 likes. Let's get on to 80 likes, people. What we doing, man? Let's get up to 80 likes. What am I talking about? We're at 92 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes, people. And we're at 7,244. So we're 8 likes short of the like mark, and we're 1 short of the subscriber mark. 7,245 people, subscribers we're looking for. So 1 more subscriber. And let's get us up to 100 likes, please, people, before we do indeed close out. That's great that we hit this milestone. So big up to you lot. Please continue to support. Don't forget, we got the Manchester United Liverpool show tonight, midnight UK time. So myself and Ram talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Liverpool. ManDem United podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule as well here on the YouTube and on the Twitch as well. Because if you're a Sarcasm City TV fan and you support and you like the content, make sure you get over to the Twitch, people. A fan calling show, if I'm back in time, which I should be, 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. I almost forgot about that. You will get the fan calling show, and that's open for anybody to call in. Doesn't matter who you support, doesn't matter where you're calling from. Feel free to call in. So download the Twitch app for free, sign up for free, and in the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, exact same on Twitch, people. It's the exact same on Twitch. Yeah, Taz, I'm with you. He says, Flawless, we're actually doing good business, bro. Hojlund looks like it'll be done by the end of next week. Everyone talking about us moving slow can be quiet. We seem to be doing good business. And yeah, man, great news. Van der Sar just tweeted he's out of IC. Love that, man. Legend. Health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. So I love to hear that. Matthew, thanks for letting me know that. I'm so glad that he's okay, man, and he's in a stable condition. Shout out to Van der Sar, man. Best Manchester United Premier League goalkeeper. Not clubs now. I might be on later. I'm going out now. Hey, big up G every single time I see you, my guy. Good to see you in the chat. Ed, big up. Joe says, decent talk today. I got to slander Maguire and talk about Manchester United best captain in the space of 15 minutes. Hey, man, Joe, it's whatever makes you happy. I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you enjoyed the show in particular for that reason. I love that. Shout out to Joe. Big up all the regulars. Big up all the new people as well. You lot are the real ones. Just please continue to support in the manner in which you have as well. And don't forget, we got a new Sarcasm City TV SoundCloud. So if you want to listen on audio platforms, people, want to listen to Sarcasm City TV on SoundCloud, make sure you go follow the SoundCloud. So if you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're at work, you might be on your way to work, you might be at the gym, you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. You might prefer to listen to your podcast in traditional podcast ways. That's absolutely fine, people. And we will be by the end of this week on all the other audio platforms as well. So Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere we will be back on. I'm literally going to sort that out tonight after the Manchester United Liverpool show, people. We always stay working over here, so we'll be back. We did a fresh reset, people. But yes, SoundCloud, please make sure you go follow as well, because all the shows on the YouTube and the Twitch, apart from watch-alongs and fan calling shows, are available on the audio platforms, people. So all the ManDem United podcasts, all the crossover shows, all the Q&As, everything, doing the most, the whole 9, people. But yeah, man, you lot are real ones. Love to everybody who has locked in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.